Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me in Pootles Advent Countdown. This year we are changing it up. I'm giving you 5 video projects a week for 5 weeks, back to back, and yeah, it's a little change this year. I have done a Pootles Advent Countdown with 24 or 25 projects since I joined in 2013, so there's plenty to go back and look at. This year I'm doing it differently and I'm bringing cards into it, and I haven't particularly in the past, but I wanted to show you this one. Now this is going to be going live in the catalogue on Thursday. I still have some spares in English, French and German if you need one. Hopefully everybody should have got theirs by now. And this is the still scenes. It comes as a bundle, so you get the stamp set, you get the die. There's also the shaker domes that fit in it as well. So I'm going to show you how to put it together, and yeah, I'm just losing sprinkles everywhere. I want to pass on some tips for you as well. So the first thing you need to do is cut a piece of cardstock in half. It doesn't matter which direction. Cut it in half and fold it in half. That is your card base. The layer that you're going to cut your hole into, and in my case I'm using the Feels Like Frost paper, make that 1/2 centimetre shorter and narrower, or 1/4 of an inch shorter and narrower than your card blank. You're going to also need a piece of Whisper White to fit underneath. It's going to go under this, and which is where you're going to see the dome. That needs to be a further 1/2 centimetre shorter and narrower, and that's going to come underneath. So this is the bit we're going to die cut into. I'm not actually going to stamp onto this bit. I'm going to stamp onto a separate piece of card, but I wanted to pass on these tips. So first things first, I'm going to stamp onto here. So I've got this stamp set which has got the dome shape, it's got this image here, and there's a die that goes with this one as well. So, and obviously you cut out the dome, you cut out all the space for the dome, you could cut out all sorts. There's all sorts going on in here. We've got polar bears, deer, church, all sorts. So I need that one, and that one. I'm just going to tuck those out of the way for the minute, and I just realised I forgot to get a piece of silver foil. I wonder if I've got any handy. Nope. Oh! Have I got silver foil easily available? I have. Phew! Quickly grab it off my shelf. Okay, so what I want to do is get all my pieces ready so I can stamp and then die cut it all in one go. So first thing I'm going to do is grab this beautiful scene, pop it onto a block. Doesn't matter too much if it's lined up or not. Memento ink. Onto there. I'm just going to hack that off as well. So the bits that I'm going to die cut, this one, and this one here. So I'm clearing space to bring in my big shot. Okay, and you'll find out on Thursday why my big shot looks like that. Or my big shot plate. So I've got my magnetic platform, clear plate, and first things first, I want to put this down and line up. Oops, you can't see that. So I've got my piece of DSP that I cut, and I'm putting my dome cut out part where I'd like it to cut. And I'm going to put that through. I know I need a shim, but I'm looking for a... that will go through like that. So that's cut out that panel, so I'm going to pop that to one side because I don't need it yet. And then come back in again, and I'm going to line up my house and tree and all of that there. And this one here, oh, let's get the die the right way up. And again, lie that down. Where's that shim gone? It's not a big enough piece of cardstock. I've got a bigger bit in my hand. That one will do. Oops. going to be the foil part that's going to be questionable. Let's move that out of the way. And yeah, that's cut out. No problem. It's cut out so well, it stuck itself down. Maybe I was a bit too enthusiastic with the shims. I just hate wasting cardstock and having to go through 15 times. And I have a temperamental big shot. Right, I'm just going to put these away because I don't want to lose any of them. Right, so here's the bottom of the globe. I've got a snow globe from 2000, and that's the year that I got married. And Oliver's just walked out of his bedroom and yelled, "Dad, am I the only person with children who can't come and find me? They'll just yell for me." I hope it doesn't come bundling in here. There's a big sign on my door saying, "Do not disturb." Right, so that's that done, that's done, and this one as well. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm lining this up, but it's kind of a rough line up. Okay, this one's going here. I'm going to turn it over, get my die cut piece, and where's my snail? Put back and position that in there. Oh, I haven't coloured it. Okay, we'll colour it now because I forgot. Where's my watercolour pencils? I'll do a quick colour for you. Let's go. There we go. Early espresso. We'll have a little brown house. So, take more time than me. So I like watercolour pencils because I can be a bit rough there. I think we're going to have a red front door. What do you think? Is that a red one? That's cherry cobbler. That would be lovely. And a little bit on some of the trees. Not too much because, you know, it's snowy and winter. A little bit on those bushes. And then my blender pens rather, they're going to move all of that scribbled pencil around and fill in all the blanks. And then give it a red front door. Delightful. Isn't that cute? And then little bits on the green. There we go. Okay, here's where the fun starts. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. So our doughs, how did you get in a box? You get 10 of them. And you've got adhesive on this bit and on that bit, because obviously you need to stick it to your panel and you also need to stick it to your project. I did mine the wrong way around. So you don't do that. Don't do what I did. And I'm going to peel off that part there so that I can come along and stick it into here. There we go. So that's in place. And you know what, while I'm here I'm going to pop that on and I'm going to use some fine tip glue. You can tell it's the summer holidays. There's a blooming ice cream van out there. He used to come down my lane every day. I live on a private road. There's only 5 houses here. And we're the only one with young children. And he was coming down every day. And the children were saying every day, "Mum, can we get an ice cream? Mum, can we get an ice cream?" No, at £2.50 a person? No, you can't. And I just thought it was really naughty. Because he knew we were the only ones with small children. I would come down every day. And for about 10 days, I dodged him, avoided him, turned up music in the house very, very loud. And he's kind of got the hint and isn't coming anymore. Oh, I don't know what I've done to that. I've got that stuck. Right. Is that stuck down? I hope it is. What I did I stuck it to that, and then yeah, it got messy, and I didn't cut a big enough piece of paper. And by cutting this piece of paper half a centimetre shorter and narrower, you know that there's not going to be an issue. Like I said, on this one, I think I've just got a bit like that, and I was like, oh, I don't know where it's going to fit. Is that going to be in the right place or not? I don't know. And so because I've got this half a centimetre shorter and narrower, I know it's going to fit because I'm eyeballing the border all the way round. And thank goodness for that, I got it right. Oh, apart from the fact that's come unstuck again. So, oh, now the glue's not coming out at all. My biggest tip that I can give you is to cut your white panel. To cut that and to die cut whatever shape you've got going in your dome. If you're just going to eyeball it, you don't know whether you're going to get your cutout in the right place, you don't know whether it's going to line up, it might be skew-whiff, it might be wibbly-wobbly all over the place. Mine was in the wrong place, and you can see because I've got snowflakes getting stuck all around the edges that shouldn't be. Because I had to peel it off and start again, and it was messy. Okay, so now snail up all of here. Under this panel too. And I can get this all in place. Oops. And that is how you use our shaker domes. No, you cannot buy these shaker domes from AliExpress. I did hear that recently. Oh, you can get those from AliExpress? No, you can't. You can't get these because they are bespoke sizes. They're not generic. These are bespoke to us because they're not a full circle. They've got a little cut off, as you can see on there. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.